Hey guys, it's Preston, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about a hunt that I went on recently, and it's unfortunate. I was going through all the videos. The only videos that I have are not really videos that I think I should put on YouTube because they are like gutting a deer and nasty shit you do when you're hunting. And stuff that I wouldn't mind putting on YouTube, but I'm going to make it maybe into its own video someday. If anybody wants to see that ever, if anybody ever watches these ever, that would be cool. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about it. It was an amazing experience. My brother-in-law allowed us to come down, me and two of my good buddies, right before Thanksgiving. And I've gone down there before to their ranch, and I've shot does. Actually, the last time I went down there, I didn't get anything. My buddy got some. I saw a couple small ones that didn't want to take any shots. And then the year before, I shot 2 deer within the space of about an hour, 2 does, 1 head shot, 1 neck shot, dropped them like a rock. And yeah, it was great because, whenever you're going for meat and you can get 2 does real quickly, it was amazing. Shot 1 on the side, 1 up front, and, I was good to go. But this year, I go in there, and my brother-in-law's brother actually was managing and has been working on the genetics of the ranch. And so what that means, essentially, is they're bringing in other deer, I believe both bucks and does, that have better genetics, that are better at making trophies, really. And I think maybe bigger deer as well in terms of the actual pounds that you will get from a deer. But for the most part, it's for trophies. Now, they're doing this in a smart way, I think. They're doing this because they want to have good genetics for generations to come. They want their kids, their grandkids, to be able to experience and hunt and get trophies. Hi, Willow. You want to say hi to the video? It's just the wind. Don't worry about it. Just like, they've been able to get it. And so it's good for them to, every once in a while, introduce some new genetics because it's a high fenced area and you can have loss of genetics over time. So we get there, me and my buddies, and basically he goes, hey, listen, guys, whatever you see, you shoot it. And to me, that's a surprise, right? Like, I've never shot a buck in my life, and I've wanted to for a long time. I've always wanted to go. I've wanted to, maybe invest in, I don't know, maybe pay some money to get a nice trophy sometime and actually have that. I don't know if anybody's ever thought about that before, but I have, and I really would love to get one, naturally. That was kind of my idea, not get one that's, in a high fence kind of type thing. But this was different. They wanted us to go in because they'd recently high fenced it within a few months, and they wanted us to kind of help clear out some of those deer that had been in there for a little while and get rid of those genetics. And so he said, whatever you see, you shoot. And I'm thinking does, spikes, small stuff like that. And he goes, no, any deer you see, I want it gone. Please shoot it. And so literally as we're getting out of the gator, he drives us in the morning in the hunt. And as we're getting out of the gator, I go, look, Jarrett, I just want to be sure. Are you 100% sure that you're comfortable with me shooting whatever I see? If I see a big buck, you're okay with that? Absolutely. So I'm kind of flabbergasted. And it was a big surprise to me. So it was a weird morning. I was with my buddy Chris, and he is from LA, great guy, grew up in Wisconsin, so he knows about hunting. He's been hunting before. And as I recall, the first deer we saw was a doe, but it might have been a small buck. I can't remember. I think it was a doe. So I let him take the first shot. I'm used to experiencing hunting where you don't see a lot of deer. I don't know. Many times I've gone into blinds and not seen anything, and maybe that's unusual, but I think that's pretty normal. I've heard that sort of. But this was a weird time. There were tons of deer. So he shot a deer. Not maybe an hour later, a pretty decent buck walks in, and it was on my side, so I decided to take that. And my first buck, and I was shaking like a leaf, shot it, and it ran. And I was like, I've never had a deer run, ever. Literally, ever. More than 20 yards. And I thought, damn, I pulled it. I was nervous. I shouldn't have my buddy was telling me, oh man, I think you pulled it. Like, what happened? And I was freaking out. A little while later, as I recall, another deer came by and he shot it. Dropped it like a rock. And I think that might have been the buck. He got a buck that morning, I'm pretty sure. So we were in 3 deer at that point. We wait. We don't get to the blind. We wait because we're trying to see if we can shoot more deer. We shoot those 3. That's it for that. That was a night hunt. I'm lying. I'm making up facts. That was a night hunt. That was our first night there. And not long after, so we got out of the blind. We go look around, and I mean, not 20 yards away, maybe even less than that, in the bush, my buck. And his deer, of course, dropped like rocks. He did a great job. We go over to my buddy's. He shot 4 deer. We found 3. One of them got away. We weren't sure where it went. There's a lot of brush down in South Texas, mesquite and stuff. We couldn't see it. It got dark. So we had, he shot his first trophy buck. I mean, this was the biggest buck that he's ever shot. So now we've shot several bucks, multiple deer in one night. I think we shot, I don't know how many, enough. The next morning we go out, we shoot more. My buddy shoots a bigger buck. The buddy that was hunting with me shoots an even bigger buck. And we get some pretty massive stuff. It was an amazing opportunity. It was so much fun. I've never had such a great experience in my life at hunting. It was literally a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me, I believe. And a lot of the deer, you guys will be maybe surprised, maybe not, but you'll be grateful, I think, to know that most of the deer we were able to donate. So a lot of the meat from bucks, sometimes it's not as tasty. And not a great necessarily reason to donate, but we choose to keep some of the does specifically. And so we were able to donate a lot of the other does and spikes and bucks that we got to an organization that actually takes that meat, processes that meat, and gives it out to people who need it. So it was really neat experience to be able to have that opportunity to be able to give those away. And not only that, but fill my freezer. I've cooked stews like you've seen. I've cooked some fried steaks. I have cooked, I'm about to cook some chili. I'm excited about that. And yeah, and then I have another deer it's going to get back to me that's been processed. I processed this one myself, but another one's going to be back with some sausages and some breakfast sausage and also some hamburger and a few steaks and other things too. So very excited about getting that back and very excited. Unfortunately, I didn't get any videos, like I said earlier. I just failed, and I'm trying to do better at these videos, trying to show you more content. But I do have a lot of pictures, so I'm going to show you some pictures. Some of them turn out really good because my buddy is a photographer and videographer, and he's a fantastic director, producer in LA. Look him up, Chris LeClaire. If you don't, I don't know his handles, but I think it's, I don't know. Anyways, Territory 6 is his business. And then my other buddy, Andrew Torres, went with me. Fantastic dude, one of the best. Honestly, 2 of my best friends, and really, really excited to have experienced this with them, and grateful. That was a long video. I hope you watched it. Now I'm moving on to the pictures. Thanks.